If you've ever felt like you fit in more than one spiritual box, you are in the right place. Hi, everyone. This is Thaïs with formerly Abundance Nation, that is now Mrs. Magic Manifestation. And I want to tell you the story of just my journey of realizing that I fit in more than one spiritual box. And so a lot of times we know that there's the different laws. We have the law of attraction. I was talking about the law of assumption in the very beginning when I started this channel. But something that I realized is that, as well as me assuming and knowing that I am the operant power, that I'm creating my reality, and as the wind picks up, I also realized that I have spiritual gifts that connect with nature. I also have spiritual gifts that connect with spells, especially spell work when it comes to money, love, and also money candles and money blessings. I've been highly successful in channeling that energy for other people. And so after I came back from the Grand Canyon, which I will tag that video below, I said that my life had changed. I realized that we really are infinite. And I have come to the realization that I do not fit in one spiritual box. And it's okay if you don't fit in one spiritual box either. I'm the type of person who I am able to connect with many spiritual aspects. In college, one of my very best friends that we're still friends to this day, she's agnostic. She's come to church with me. She's been all types of places, but because we had a mutual respect for each other, right, we never ran into any problems. So know that you know you're in the right spiritual place when you can be respectful of other people's beliefs. That's really what this world is about. Think about it. We're all living in our own created multiverse, and they all coincide. That's why it's so important just to be respectful of people and others and what they believe. And so in starting my spiritual journey started with numbers. I had a dream and I looked up in the sky and there were numbers in the sky. And I'm going to keep those numbers just because they are very significant at this point at which I'm at on this journey. And I learned about numerology, and I learned that I am a master number 11. And a master number 11 is someone who is deemed by that of their birth date to have a particular life path. My life path is one of being a spiritual teacher. I started off teaching and actually in school, and then it turned into teaching people about spirituality. And we can go more. I will have more videos about how to use numerology, but I determined that we have a spiritual DNA. We talk about our physical DNA, but what's the biology of your spiritual DNA? And so I like to focus on three areas. One, numerology. The second area is astrological, only to the point of what element that you should use. So I'm a Sagittarius. I've always been connected with fire. What did I just say? I have a strong ability of being able to use money candles, and then also the elements. My elements are really fire, of course, because of that astrological sign. Air, you see the wind does communicate with me when I'm outside and I'm speaking. It's really all of them. And what I've learned is that in acknowledging that my spiritual DNA is multifaceted and not fitting in one box, I know that there's others of you. And so I have a easy document, okay, that you can download to help you start learning about your spiritual DNA. And you're going to cover three areas: your numerological sign or your life path, which is simply taking the digits of your birth date and breaking it down. I'll be able to show you how to do that. Also, choose what your astrological sign is, and then using that main element, right, whether it's fire, air, earth, or water, to help you manifest more quickly and accurately. because your spiritual DNA is going to help you connect to what it is that you internally have within you. It's so easy to rely on one thing, but I found that I was more turned off by astrological signs because I was allowing that to dominate my personality. So what do they say about Sagittarius? We have crazy mouths. I've seen some trueness say you don't want to, like, not for the faint of the heart, right? And I used to embody these things. I used to embody having a sharp mouth, being this, being that, because that's what a Sagittarius was or is. And then I said, you know what? No, maybe some things are true, but I don't want to always subscribe and believe that I can only be with somebody who's this or be with somebody that's that. And then as I began to dig more deeply, my friend, the mockingbird, okay? I got so many birds around here. Hey, I'm recording. We'll see if they make a presence on screen. But I then learned that my mom and I are also the same we share the same numerological sign. She's a master 11. And then also I found out my father, he passed away when I was very young, but I was able to secure his date at his birth, and he's a master number 33. So I come from parents who live spiritual lives, and my mom is a master. When I say a master of manifesting money, this woman can get money from like out of thin air. And I said, you have that. And so because I have that, I've been able to teach other people because it's in me. And then my father, being a master number 33, just a little bit about him. He worked in military intelligence for the Army. And so he was really into conspiracy theories, things of that were ethereal, not of this earth. And my brother always shares with me that he was a sun gazer, and the sun and I are one. And so knowing your spiritual DNA is super important. And it doesn't matter what pronouns that you use. I liked Mrs. because it brings together that masculine and feminine energy. You have to know when to rest, but you also have to know when to act. The Mrs. is just purely masculine and feminine energy coming together and living in balance. Living in balance. And so the more you start to understand that it's okay to dibble and dabble into different things. Now, in terms of the spell work that I do, it comes from a place of me always being great with words. I've always been that person that people like send text. I might have worked with someone 5 or 10 years ago and they're like, Thaïs, help me send this, help me frame this wording. And so once I learned that, I've helped people manifest cars. I've helped people manifest new jobs. I've helped people manifest money within their business. Just the other day, one of my original membership members. So my memberships are usually 90 days. That's it. Some people do continue, and I love her. She's continued with me for like this is our third year together, our third official year together. And she told me, she said, my husband now makes from one job what he used to make from multiple. Think about how powerful that is. Think about that hustle culture that we're always trying to do this and do that to make one sum of money. And she says now he makes that amount of money just from one job. That's what being multi spiritual, understanding your spiritual DNA can really help you do. And so Mrs. Magic is just that. Okay. I'm been on TikTok for the last 4 years. Here's my profile here. You can see very popular, very helpful. And so in doing that, I thought when I came here, and here being YouTube, I had to fit in a box. I had to do a certain thing a certain way. And it wasn't, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. And so I know I'm multi spiritual. And if you're multi spiritual too, you're in the right place. We're going to dabble in some fire. We're going to dabble in some air. We're going to dabble in some earth. We're going to dabble in some I said air, water, fire, earth. We're going to dabble in all those different things now because it's okay to be more than sometimes you it feels better when you speak to the candle. Although you're still in charge, you're still the power. Sometimes you want to add it and I think it's just fun and it's magical. It truly is a magical practice. And so Mrs. Magic came, as I said, when I came back from the Grand Canyon, it just didn't fit me anymore. Like being the abundance nation, being manifested with Thaïs, I was just like, that's not me anymore. I'm multi spiritual. I have multi spiritual gifts. I am multi dimensional. My spiritual DNA shows me that I'm able and capable to use multiple things within our reality. And I want to share you, and I'm going to share with you, continue to share with you my knowledge so that you can create a life that you truly deserve. And so Mrs. Magic really came from I love Hope Core on TikTok because it's all like positive stories. Because I do like to scroll sometimes, but I try to make sure I scroll on positive things. And that was the song that always played. And then I listened to the words. It's talking about give me a show. I feel like it was the universe enticing me to like girl, show up. Like be your magical self. It's okay to be witchy. It's okay to believe in astrology. It's okay to use numbers. It's okay to use all these things because if you think about it, right? If all it takes is a thought to create then a physical process, vroom, vroom, then what else can I use to enhance my life? And Mrs. Magic, aka Thaïs, is here to help you. And we're gonna dabble in our magic. We're gonna use our affirmations. We're gonna use the laws of the universe, and we're gonna continue to grow. And so I thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this video. Make sure you grab your freebie to determine your spiritual DNA and how you can start using it today for you to live a better life. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.